and try to figure it out. Two things. One, because it's in 6/8, are we feeling this more in 3 or 2? That's the first thing I want you to figure out. And then second, just figuring out the rhythm. You can consult with a partner next to you. Yeah, pick it from the table, right? Four. So you guys are feeling it a little more in 3?
No, in 2.
Or 2? That's what I meant. 2 groups of 3. Way to catch me. Okay. I will know you all are ready when you are standing and looking at me. Awesome. So let's go over those 2 things. Raise your hand if you have a strong opinion on whether we're feeling it in 2 or 3. Yes, Skylar.
2.
2. So 2 groups of 3, like da 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 da.
Yes.
I think that kind of makes sense. Why does that make sense with this rhythm? Clara?
Because every measure has kind of 2 groups of notes in it.
Yeah, that is very true. And so most of this piece we're going to do in 3. There's like 1 bar we'll go over that's in 2. But I think you are completely right. So who feels like they could do the rhythm with a partner? You guys feel like you could do it? Okay, let's all listen. I'll count you off. We're going to all do a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Ta 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 ta.
Good try. Okay, we were gonna have the girls do it, but I like the ambition. So let's all do it together since we're all ready for that, and I will also do a better job at counting off. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, da. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, da 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 da. Yeah. What does this note mean? That's a rest, right? Yeah. So we'll just be quiet there. But that was good. So I think Skylar might have found out the reason he was going on was. Can someone point out to where this is in our music? Yeah. It's right there in part 3 in the beginning, but it's a lot of places, isn't it? Yeah, and I think Skylar was singing that note because the first time we sing it, there is an 8th note there. But this kind of rhythm comes back a lot. So, we have a handle on that. Now let's go to the key signature. If I have 2 sharps, what key signature am I in if it's minor? Anyone have any ideas? B? Am I hearing some B's? Okay, so B minor. So that would make this do, right?
Yeah.
And in minor, I have, what do I have? Everyone just say out the solfege names as I point to the notes. So this is
Do, re, mi,
good.
fa, so, le,
Yep.
te, do.
Awesome. I see you guys are well acquainted with minor. Can we get a B minor or a chorad? Okay. We're just gonna sing this do, re, mi, so, la, te, do, and then back down. And we're gonna do it in our. Thinking about how we're gonna do this. We're just gonna do this in 4/4, so we're just gonna keep a beat like this. Ready? 3, 4.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, re, te, do, so, fa, mi, re, do.
Good job. You guys are very well acquainted with that key. I want you to all, everyone's going to look at the 3rd part and take a minute or 2 right now, and we're going to put in the solfege for the 3rd part for the 2nd and 3rd page. And in that last measure or the first measure on page 4. And you can consult with a partner, or I will be walking around to offer help. And then once you are done putting the solfege in, feel free to start figuring out any rhythms you might be sure about, or just humming it to yourself. Hopefully you still have the beat in your mind. Yeah.
Which part are we singing?
We're all doing number 3 right now.
Okay.
So that starts measure 4, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Pick up to measure 5, measure 4, so we're off.
We're doing part 3, is that what she said? Part 2.
We're all doing part 3. I see we're getting there. Awesome. Now feel free to start figuring out some rhythms. Okay. Or you can comment to yourself. Our beat. Can I hear that beat again? Yeah, so it starts
10 seconds.
on a song. Good. I'm hearing a lot of humming, which I think means a lot of people are done. I'll know you're ready when your eyes are on me.
Okay, let's stop there. Thank you. There were a couple times you asked questions and immediately answered them. Just give us a breath. Give us a second. Maybe
Yeah.
we can figure it out with Robert Burns. Maybe you don't know Robert Burns, but give us a second.
Yeah.
Same thing with that rest you said. And what is that? Oh, it's a rest.
Yeah.
Back up a bit and review 6-8.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're stepping ahead of things slightly. If I were doing 6-8 and we hadn't done it, maybe you've done it 4 days in a row now. We don't know, right?
Yeah.
You remind us, what does the 6 mean? What does the 8 mean? How is that different from when the 4 is on the bottom? I would just do a little bit of review.
Yeah.
And then, because that will help us kind of understand what's going on. Because we do need to know what 6 beats in a measure, even though you're saying is it in 2 or 3, we got to have the background
Yeah, I need to
behind it.
explain the big
And then when you counted us off, you said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's,
Yeah,
I would say 1, 2,
that
3,
was
4, 5,
confusing.
6, right?
Yeah.
Right. I love when you said, I like your ambition. That was cute. Her positive energy is really great, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
pretty infectious. Key signature, I'd establish the major key and then go to the minor key. Again, don't
Okay.
skip a step, just as a review.
Yeah.
Okay, what would it be
I
if it
think
were in
yes.
major? Now, with relative minor, we go down this far, or
Yeah.
something, just to kind of reestablish it. Just don't leap over steps. Good to identify and sing from solfege. You gave us a lot of directions about writing in the solfege at once. Like too many
Yeah.
directions. So maybe say, okay, this is where I want you to do the solfege. Everybody point to that. Now I want you to, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Just kind of subdivide your directions. Okay, and then what was the problem after her intro in writing in part 3?
Bass clef.
It was in bass clef, and you had done your whole intro in
Intro
treble
in
clef,
treble
and then you
clef.
just expected us to write it in bass
Yep.
clef. That's a big leap, right? And those are the kind of leaps we're going to make with our understanding of university level abilities.
Yep.
And that's going to be something you're going to find. And again, it's going to be self-regulating in class, isn't it? Because you're going to find them so immediately going, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas we all just went, okay, I'll write the solfege in.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
So,
yeah.
so those are the kind of leaps that are going to get you into trouble, but you'll find it out when you get there. But the idea was good.
Okay.
But I would go, if I were going to introduce it in treble, I would have gone right to a treble clef part to
Yeah.
have us
I
write
should
it.
have started at part 2.
Yeah, something like that. Any other comments?
I noticed you were kind of tripping up and you actually stopped yourself. You were like, I don't know how to count this. And so you said, well, we'll do it in 4. But really all you were doing was a steady beat. So you could have kind of bypassed that,
Yeah.
that confusion. Just, let's keep the steady beat together to do the scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. And watch your ums. We're all getting better at filler, but there's still some fillage going on in everybody. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a village.
Takes a
That was Claire's joke, not mine. Okay. All right, good.